Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our very final episode of Big Eyes, Small Mouth, run by our lovely, lovely DM, Valen, who, of course, is hopefully going to be able to get us to the end tonight so we don't have to run another episode, but then again, it also depends on just how stupid we are, so
Extremely.
we're going to find out. Back with us after a short stint of not feeling well, we do welcome back Ray. Jason's running a little bit late, but once he's here, we will be doing the transition of what we got to do to get him in cam on Discord and all set up and ready to go. And I am still dropping frames, and I don't know why. Anyway, as always, we would like to thank our sponsors, D&D Beyond, that is D, the letter N, D, Beyond.com, as well as Lucky Dice Cafe and Station Retro. If you're looking for a live game to play in the Huntsville, Alabama area, you should head over to those two locations and check out our main DM, Captain Sack. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please don't mind that we have the wrong name for Ray at the moment. Ignore that. We'll get it fixed up. No worries. V, where were we when we left off?
The last time we left off, Orchid, the mech to the well-known Dahlia that you guys all knew you were supposed to be coming in to save, was leading you to the Upperlands, which would be where we would find Dahlia, hopefully. Whether she would be well off without a mech in a mech, we don't know. We're figuring that out as we go along. So,
I like the what do you call it, juxtaposition, I guess, where everyone's like, don't let Gridspace get ahead, and he's like, in the Highlands, he has to fly to get there. I'm ahead of everybody now.
Okay.
Fuckers.
Orchid did say there were ways to get you up, but Gridspace decided that flying was the easiest.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we ended last time. Orchid got all of you up. She told you. She mentioned that she can probably get you close to Dahlia, but there was a big chance that there would be a lot of resistance along the way. And made sure that you guys would all be ready for maybe a fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Remember correct? No, you only have one person in your back piece, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Pilot of Carnage.
Did we not? Did we not send them like away?
Nope,
No.
that was Triton.
That was Triton's pilot.
Well, it's more like why didn't it's less saying did we not? It's more of a why didn't we?
Because he can't? We don't know where Carnage is.
Deca, you cut out if you're talking.
I'm talking to them over there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
There's a screaming child, and I need to make sure that they know I'm doing something. Anyway. We are in the Highlands, towards, we have already rescued what?
Two? Yep, Triton's pilot.
Triton's pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And Carnage's pilot.
Yep.
Oh, and by the way, three of the mechas are now aware.
No, there's more that are aware. It's just our teachers.
Well, with us right now.
Yeah.
And the two, yeah, you're right. Forgot.
And like at some point, Gritspace is gonna like shide you and Sword Saint like, you think you're better than your teachers?
Which I respond before as, again, I rather be able to pilot my mech that I have been for right now. If they want to be released, I'll let them be released once we're done with our mission.
All right. And I will offer the same awakening to you as well. Basically, the long and short of it is your machine is sapient,
Sentient.
sentient. Yes, that's the one. And first, it has been dormant for a long time, and I now have myself and Revenant now have the ability to awaken you all, or awaken the machines, and you can then communicate. And it's super cool. But I am blanking on your mech's name. I'm so sorry.
Bryn Smith and as the pilot of Gemini.
Gemini. Yes, that's it. So you see Gritspace kind of like have the handout, and like, I'm gonna leave it up to you for now, but at some point you're going to be awakened. It's just as a matter of if you want it now or later. Holding his hand out.
I suppose the question becomes, the now or later, could the later be mid-fight? Because if so...
I don't...
They need to be linked with somebody who's already been linked with. I linked with one of the bots that we had found.
Sure.
Which got me information and also woke Revenant up. By this token, Gridspace also accepted it. We've been able to communicate with our partners. And, well, I mean, they haven't ejected us yet, so...
I don't think they're going to. I think they need us to do things before they could even consider ejecting us, and even then, I don't think they would.
I wouldn't go that far to presume to know what they would want to do. But for right now, they're in agreement. They want their people back, which of course is the beings that we're all currently occupying, who have been rendered dormant by pieces and other things that were taken from them by the people in charge of the program. So
there. So again,
Ooh,
I offer this to you.
Yes, it's probably best to get them involved, awake, and knowing what's going on.
Awesome. I will touch Gemini's shoulder.
Well, to do the link, you do have to touch wrists. But...
Oh, fine. Okay, I do this and then I go like this.
I'm very sorry. There is a specific link port that you do need to access.
Fine.
Oh, phrasing.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything.
The shoulder touch. Hey.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Handshake.
Let me access your specific port.
Jesus Christ.
Terrible. Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bryn, as Gemini and Gridspace lock into wrists, and there's that brief connection. Gemini goes offline for a quick moment, or freezes really for a quick moment. She doesn't shut down. It's more like it's just doing a sort of like update, maybe. Takes about a couple minutes before Gemini comes back up, and you can see across the screen, across the HUD that you would normally look through. You can see words, and you can hear maybe what would go along with them, but they're not entirely English words. They're not. It's not a language you would understand. You would have heard this throughout past sessions that you had unfortunately missed, as more of like their language. And then in your headpiece, you can hear the voice. It's soft. I'm not gonna. Soft. And it's in that language at first before it comes back through as English. And Gemini now has their own sort of mentality that goes alongside of yours. Both of you can still fight together. There's no any sort of sign that says that they are going to kick you out of their body. It takes a little bit to kind of get your motions back and forth just to make sure that everything is good. But you and Gemini are now very much the same, but also separate. So you can talk with Gemini if you'd like. You can ask questions if there are questions to be asked. But other than that, Gemini is more than willing to work alongside of you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let me just get the awkward one out. Thank you for not evacuating the oxygen in this chamber. Very good of you. I appreciate that more than you know. And nice to meet you finally.
A pleasure as well. I can't really. I'm not too sure if. I mean, everyone has their kind of ideas of what their mech is. I'm just kind of going off of what everyone has given me for it. But if there are specifics for your mech that you guys would like, just let me know.
I mean, I think you did great. I think you did Grid Space perfectly.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm very glad.
Yeah, saying quiet and introspective probably works well with my character's personality, so that works out.
Perfect.
Perhaps a bit awkward and feeling people out like hello.
That I can do.
Jesus Christ.
That I can do.
Things. Socializing.
Ah,
Yay. Okay, back to doing manual stuff and
yay.
mechanical stuff, I guess. Thanks. Bye.
I'll like tap on. I'll for some reason I just tap on the inner chassis of Grid Space. And just like, do you guys talk when you do that?
When we
Link?
connect?
Yes.
Link?
Yes.
Usually, yes.
Cool.
We can
Is this-
speak out loud. We can speak through some comm units, but a lot of the time when we meet someone new, it's the initial link.
And
A firm handshake. as
that's fair.
be in your world, I guess. Yes.
Yeah. I think you've probably seen a few handshakes. I guess I don't really do. I'm not a handshakey. Anyway, I'm not a handshakey person.
We have a little time constraint here, guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Just wanted to get that out of the way before we moved on.
What is the atmosphere like out here, by the way?
It's a lot different than down in the low grounds. The air up here is a lot easier to breathe if you were to leave your mechs. It is above the kind of purple cloud line that you guys would have seen. Almost like a fog was up higher in the sky, and now it's fairly clear for what it is up here. You guys could easily walk around if you wanted to. Your skin wouldn't burn in an instant and sizzle, you guys would you could live up here if you wanted to.
Fascinating.
Well, that's good to know.
Someone needs to evacuate their mech. Ta-da.
But also good to know when we pull our missing pilot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way we can just keep
Very
her
good
like?
to know. In fact, speaking of missing pilot, let me activate my scanner and see what I can see. Activate our scanner, my.
The scanner.
Well, you know
Currently
what I'm.
ours.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Perfect. Okay, let me take a look here. Okay. Perfect. Okay. With your scanners, you can pick up quite a bit of movement across this upper area. There's at least 3 or 4 along the left side that you can tell. One keeps blipping in and out. Maybe something that's supposed to stay hidden from scanners, but is consistently coming in and out. On the other side, there are 2. They are not moving. They are standing what you can only guess is in front of a door. And then far off into what Orchid initially described to you all as where the heads technically would be, leaders of this planet, where their areas would have been placed. You can see about 6 blips there, with 1 moving back and forth. So 7 in total, sorry. 4 on one side, 2 on the other, and then 7 directly in front.
Share all the telemetry data I just got.
Ooh, that's math. How many?
6 plus 7, that is
14 in total.
14.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 7.
Based on my quick
13.
math,
Yeah,
I would
that's
like to say let's not get surrounded.
I mean, that's not a problem for me.
For me, it is.
How comforting for me.
See Grid Space do this.
Darling.
Darling.
I think Jason's on now.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Ah, welcome.
Yay. Well, let's make sure we got our DPS online before.
No shit.
Before starting a fight.
Oh yeah, go ahead and handle it. I'll just be back here clapping.
Or does the golf clap?
Probably the golf clap, so they won't draw attention to myself.
All right.
Bless you.
There, Gemini is also awakened, just to catch you up.
So it's basically just Heliod and Alkalite that are not awakened yet.
Yet, coming for those butts.
Insert that
Anyway.
gif.
So plan of action. How are we doing this? What's the plan, guys? You guys are more tactful than I am.
Oh, we know that they don't like it. Last time when they found out that we were piloted. Well, these beings are piloted.
Fair. So.
And right now, across from all of you, Orchid is the only one that is being non-piloted.
Well,
I would suggest letting the awakened ones do the talking.
Orchid, if you would be so kind as to lead us into the base, and where we might find our missing pilot.
More than likely, she is with the heads. So she is the farthest across the compound.
How far up? I wonder how far up the chain on our end this goes.
I think we can worry about it when we get back. For now. That'll work. Let's head up there.
I don't suppose
Alright.
we can solve this whole thing through diplomacy.
Probably not.
Aggressive diplomacy.
We can certainly try. I just can't guarantee it's going to work. But, you know, perhaps if it's not grid space trying to intimidate a set of guards into letting us into a room, it might work.
It almost worked. Almost worked.
Too bad almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, my dear.
You don't know what those are.
Yes, I do. And even if I didn't, that is a very common English phrase. I will have you know.
You're like 16. Walks off.
She's 24! She's 27!
She's older than me. That's the joke.
I stuck up for him and this is what he does? Unbelievable.
Did you?
All right, children, stop fighting.
Really wish you'd stop slamming that door. Alright. We're letting Orchid lead us. Then, okay. Then, well, we just, is there, like, talking to Grid Space now, is there, like, a natural, or do you want to just, like, walk on your own?
I can do that. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. Just follow Orchid for a while, and we'll this will be how you act natural. And I just take the
It's
hand up
just like
close.
weird shoulders, arms. Orchid does tell you that she's technically not supposed to be out, so her leading, even being not piloted currently, could still get us into trouble.
I mean, I could. Revenant, would you like to, or do you want me to? Does it matter?
We can.
Either or. Yeah, let's do it together then.
Just perhaps this time let us do the talking?
Let them do the talking.
Perhaps have Orchid look like Orchid has information might be of interest to the council. That might be an easy way to get in.
Well, Orchid's not supposed to be out, so probably easier
Well,
to.
we could be transfer. Orchid, perhaps we could say that Orchid had information
Sure,
that could be
sure.
useful.
Worth a shot.
So hence why we brought Orchid out.
I just feel like a weird menagerie of like random beings might be a little concerning after we just found two that looked like her. And they just kind of like fought together.
Well, if diplomacy fails, I'll just be in the back trying to protect you.
I will be obstinately in the way.
Is that if diplomacy fails or when diplomacy fails?
I'm hoping
At this
it-
rate, it's going to be if is probably going to fail. But who knows?
Okay. So, Revenant and Gridspace taking the. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not being cynical, but Gemini, armed javelins. Thank you.
You know, not that I don't appreciate that, but walking armed with your weapons out into a place where we're trying to be inconspicuous, maybe not your best idea.
Thought you were going to go up ahead of me. I'm
Still shouldn't be walking around
most
with it out.
useful far back.
I
Perhaps it
understand.
might be. No, we're not going armed.
So
I think probably
belay
maybe-
that.
You.
Well, I guess if we're going to look like we're unarmed, it might be better to do this. And then he'll hold up his shield, and all of a sudden you see it like fold in and then close up into his arm. So his shield's
Okay.
Grit Space's SMGs are holstered because he has big fucking holsters on his side.
Okay. All right. We're not de-weaponizing, but we're
Did-
de-weaponizing.
No, we are just
Putting
we're not
away.
trying. Yeah.
holstering.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Sword Saint just has this big honking sword, just like, yeah.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just cutting paper.
They only pop out when I'm using them, though. So
Yeah.
it's energy blades.
All right. Now the question is, what path would you like to take? The one with 4, or you think it's 3, but there's a blip that keeps blipping on, or the 2 that seem to be guarding a door?
Well,
I mean, you have good luck with doors.
no, you have good luck with doors. But yes, well, the doors.
Okay. You guys push forward down that hallway. It's to your right, and it's very much a hallway with just a lot of doors. Most of the doors are open already. You can see they almost look like maybe living spaces. There's there's not nothing. There's no one inside of them. No mechs. No nothing. As you guys are getting closer to the door that has the 2 guards, they are 2 mechs that look very much like Terra again. So just in that sort of mentality, you can kind of guess that Terra seems to be more of the like the guard presence in a way.
Mm.
And then they right now don't make a move towards you or to stop you. One looks at you guys briefly and then goes back to looking forward.
Remind me because I can't remember.
Mhm.
Does Revenant outrank the Terras?
No.
Do any of us outrank the Terras?
One of you do.
Is it me?
No.
Damn. This would have been more useful last time, too.
Is it the one that's not supposed to be out of their room?
No. I'm not answering any more guesses.
Damn it.
And they're just standing outside of this doorway, which is
Mhm.
closed.
It's one of the ones that's not awakened yet,
Oh.
I swear to God.
Which of us has the highest apparent rank?
You're not sure. You can't tell.
Well,
They're
I'm
not really making. They're not
asking-
making any like you as the pilots.
Yeah, I'm asking in character.
Oh, you're
my
asking
mech.
us.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I see.
I was about to point out that the awakened mix ought to know.
Yeah.
At least in general.
In general. Orchid doesn't have any knowledge on it just because she's what was it? She was kind of wiped in a way because she knew too much knowledge on something specifically, and you're guessing it was because of Dahlia. Gridspace and Revenant both turn their body. If anyone was going to outrank a Terra, it would more than likely be Sword Saint.
Ah, the Saints.
Oh, of course. Okay. Well, you know what? I can work with this anyway. She's going to step up in Revenant, and then she's going to ask Revenant. This is just the conversation between her and Mac. There's no outside volume, none of that.
Mhm.
She's going to ask Revenant to tell them in his language that they are the escort for Sword Saint Helios, and that they need to be let in to that room because he has business, and it is classified why he needs to be in there.
Okay.
Yep.
Revenant agrees, and there is a brief conversation. When he comes back to talk to you, he says that there is nothing currently in the room, and they're just guarding an empty room. And-
Why?
What?
And if Sword Saint Helios wants to enter, he's more than welcome, but there's nothing really to see but a bedroom.
Then why guard?
Why would a robot have a bedroom?
They're,
Well,
they're beings.
living. They are living.
They're living beings. At some point, they need to rest.
I mean, our hangars that we put them in, they're
Yeah.
basically sleep pods for them. If we're going down that route.
Are we super pressed for time?
Not necessarily. As far as you can tell, the sort of atmosphere here is very calm. There's nobody running around or anything trying to get something done in particularly speed.
Let's all file into the room then.
Aye,
The Terras do stop. They say if Sword Saint wants to go in, he's more than welcome to go in, but it's only Sword Saint. No one else has the authorization. And even if Sword Saint wanted them to go in as well, it's really will the room be big enough for everyone? Probably not.
It's a small bedroom. Okay.
But he just needs to go in there for a sec. It'll be innocent, I promise.
Grid space. Here's my plan.
Okay.
I will go in.
Oh,
Y'all walk
boy.
off around the corner. You port in once the door is shut. You know, when it opens and I walk in, you can look in and get you a...
Sure.
All right.
I mean, I'm okay with
I
this.
need- Once you get in, I need you to awaken Sword Saint. If he's high ranking, it will be beneficial to the mission to have him awaken on our side.
Thank you.
And, you know, I've seen enough at this point. I'm fairly convinced of the story we've been given.
You got it, buddy.
But it's looking like it's going to be beneficial to us at this point.
You got it. Converting people left and right.
Well, Mark's not super jazzed about it. So I go in, let the door shut behind me.
All right.
I'll take a peek before.
From what you can tell, this room can fit maybe 3 mechs at most. And even then, some of the other rooms that you've seen are not much bigger than what the one you are in now.
Okay. Well, grid space is one of the smallest ones around. So.
Yep. Sorry. Yeah, good space. You can open your portal easily to get in from around the corner. You can see Sword Saint, see the size of the room.
It's a pretty small room.
It's up to you who wants to go in.
Just me for now. And then I can portal out easily and join the group.
Mhm.
All right. Sword Saint, stick your head out. Just like this.
It's the same thing as always. There's a couple moments of kind of a system shutdown, and then it comes back on. Sword Saint doesn't give any motion or movement to say that he's going to kick you. Sorry.
Sorry.
And same thing as with everyone else. It's that initial communication in what their language seems to be, and then it moves to English so that you can understand.
Say a few things.
Hmm.
It's a bug. Sorry.
Does Sword Saint have any memories of what's been going on in the adventure up to this point?
Yes, you can remember everything.
Oh, excellent. Is he on board with what we're trying to do?
Yes. Rescue your people, and we send you all back.
And then potentially we rescue yours or on the other side and figure out who started all this.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They're more than willing to fight alongside you.
Okay. I assume he knows what he can and can't do with his rank.
Yep. He can. He quickly goes over everything. He has access to basically almost everything. His ranking is basically right underneath the heads.
Nice. How did he get captured to begin with?
When he was in one of the first places you guys visited, the one underground building the one underground building where you'd seen just the two bots kind of making those motions, the stuck in the circles.
Mhm.
That building or that compound was being shut down because it was one of the places that the humans found first. This was basically meant to be a quick, like a quick med bay. Go in, get things fixed, get out. Most of the ones that were captured were grabbed from there whenever they were in a sort of stasis. It's easy to get access to something when most of the power is shut down and you can't power yourself back up in a quick spot.
Yep. All right. Let Grid Space jump back through his portal.
I have already gone.
Okay. Then after that few minutes, I walk back out. Don't say anything to the guards unless it's appropriate to, basically tell Sword Saint, if it's appropriate to say something to him, say something to him. Otherwise, just ignore him like you would, and walk around the corner and meet up with everybody else.
Sword Saint gives a very quick nod to both of the Terras, like one nod towards both, and is on their way. The Terras just sort of straighten themselves up, back out a little bit, and then
Oh shit, it's the boss.
shit, it's boss man. And that's about it. They don't push you back. They don't stop you or anything like that.
Just Mark. No one else hears this. But Mark hears the most "I told you so" speech ever.
Only when you're finished, you realize somewhere through there he'd flipped the comms off. So
That's fair.
She's like,
caution is always warranted.
mm-hmm.
It is far better to be cautious when you don't need to be than, need caution and just go teleport again somewhere.
Caution smoshing. It worked for me. Alright, now that that's settled, who's next?
Is there another section that might look like it houses a... sorry. Like it might house a captive body or pilot?
Nope.
Okay, then perhaps we move on to the Elder's room.
The elders.
and confront that now
Might as well.
rather than later.
All right. I guess at this point, Helios should be leading.
All right, we'll move to the front.
Makes the most sense.
Yeah. And then Revenant and I will flank that, and then like that.
Perfect. It's not a very far trip from the rooms to where the heads would be. You, as you're getting close, Mark, Sword Saint, you're the first ones to see it. There are actually a couple other Sword Saints at the door. They are blocking. They're not. Well, they're blocking it in a way, but they see you, and there is brief, quick conversation that Sword Saint gives, and they step to the side and open the path for you.
Just for us or for everybody?
For you and for Orchid.
All right, and Dahlia was. She is in another mech, right?
Dahlia?
Something, yeah, Dahlia. Something about she was trying to take over or something. I can't remember
She's-
what it was Orchid said last time.
Yeah, Orchid explained that she's trying to force connections on other mechs for someone that is stronger than she was.
That's rude.
Yeah, well, I trained under her. She's not a pleasant person.
Fair enough.
Young, spoiled, a brat. Well trained, but spoiled.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool.
I guess me and Orchid will stroll on me and then.
What are the rest of you going to do?
Is there another way that way that we know of?
There is the hallway turns to the left,
Mhm.
and it's a continuous path. There are doors on the other side as well, but there are a couple more Sword Saints that are blocking that door as well.
Fuck those guys.
I was asking Gemini what are the varied mechs, positions, jobs, and ranks. See if we can
Yes.
get any more useful information.
Oh, okay. For you guys, the three mechs that would have gone with you, so Pandora, Volt, and Terra, it goes from, if you're thinking in the heads, it goes from the heads, Sword Saint, Terra. Then it usually ranges between Revenant and Volts and grid spaces, just because they're usually pretty well at the tracking and the distance of travels. Usually more on the farther downs. Quickly. Then Geminis would also be in that group as well, with Volts, Grid Space, Revenants, and Geminis. And then most of the more tankier, or healer type of mechs, so like Acolyte and things like that, would be more at the bottom. Still useful and always in need, but like
Nurses.
nurses. Sorry. They tend to favor fighters really well. But when there are medics on the field, there are usually a lot of mechs that would. They still stop and listen to them, even if they are higher ups. It's open route, but there are more floors that go up.
Are there any we can access?
Yeah, you can keep going up. There are no doors on those levels to get into the room where all the heads are.
There's no way I can like snake my way over, and there's no door, but I can like I know they're on the other side. Surprise! There's 6 of us.
In it to win it. Sorry, as you consistently go up and you find your way to the top floor, it's 7 floors up.
Okay.
There's a lot. It's mostly a lot of rooms. It seems to be here. Nothing really specific on what houses here. But it's an open roof sort of thing. Almost like they don't worry about any sort of bad weather here. In the mindset of like snow, rain, that kind of thing.
So you don't rust.
Or there's no precipitation.
Not this high. The only thing that they worry about mostly on the ground is the sand getting in the joints.
The Michael Bay Transformers wouldn't last 10 minutes here.
Get rid of them, they're fired.
Okay. All right then. I will. So I still don't see like a way to, like, I wouldn't be able to look down at what they're doing at the moment.
If you looked down, you wouldn't really be able, like, you're in robots. I forget you're not humans. It's my own fault. You can see where Sword Saint Helios and Orchid would have walked in.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see 6 pillars that all. I realized, did we lose?
I'm here.
Maddie?
Good.
Okay.
Discord did the thing where it just shat itself.
It'd be like that.
I guess what's the last thing you heard?
You were describing where Sword Saint Helios and them went.
Yeah,
Okay.
not that far off.
Not that far off.
No.
You can see where Sword Saint and Orchid walked in. You can see a very open area, almost like a big arena. The walls are extremely high around it. There are 6 pillars, almost like seats, that aren't currently being. You can see on the radar where the blips are with the pillars, but you don't see anybody seated in the pillars. And then you can see this sort of big mech walking around the arena.
Big chunk. Big
Big
chunk.
chunk.
I'll ask Great Space. Who's that guy?
He is one of 2.
Two?
He's we saw the other one in the
Oh.
one building.
Right. Oh, so he's the one that actually functions right at the moment. Okay.
They keep consistently taking parts from the other one, which is why he's probably breaking down a little bit. But this one seems to be in working motion, but I don't know what he's pacing for.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the other guy pacing. It's weird. Should we fight him?
Excuse me.
Well,
I'm just picturing Grid Space pulling out a little knife.
No, I'm picturing Gridspace like trying to say no in the nicest way possible.
yeah, no, not alone.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's okay. So well that. Let's see. I'll get on the comms. Mark, let us know if you need anything. Kind of
Will
can't
do.
do much from back here.
What are me and Orchid confronted with when we walk in?
When you walk in, it is a bit of a hallway. Just the size enough to get you guys through. And then it opens in an archway into the openness of the arena. You can hear the stomping from something inside the arena, but you don't see it until you walk out, until you see the big Goliath. That Sword Saint describes its name as the Goliath.
Okay. Now you call this an arena. Is it an arena just in kind of how it's designed?
Yes. From what you can tell, it's definitely like that. It doesn't look like there's been any battles here. Sorry. It doesn't look like there's been any battles here, but it definitely looks like a battle could easily take place here.
I will ask Sword Saint if the heads ever have like gladiatorial fights.
Very long ago, but mostly when someone was being charged.
Trial by combat.
Trial by combat, basically.
Well, I didn't understand the culture.
Most people would go up against the Goliath, though, and they do not usually make it against the Goliath.
So in other words, the heads can accuse anybody of anything they want and be pretty confident to convict them.
Yes.
Groovy.
Yep.
Maybe we should leave Dahlia to this. If you want to call her Dahlia, I know it's not her name.
No, it's Dahlia.
Is it Dahlia?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I thought I said it wrong earlier.
Very good.
Nope. Dahlia Valentine.
It's Decca's fault. He makes me paranoid about names now. So we got the big guy pacing on the floor.
Mhm.
We see the heads.
You see the blips that indicate the heads are there, but at the pillars, you don't see anybody sitting in them. You can kind of guess that the pillars are large enough to actually probably house the heads there inside of them.
As Sword saying the heads are actual.
Heads.
Are they actually a, for lack of a better term, a model of mech?
Yes.
You know, they're an actual make and model of their own. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They're all the same mech, just with kind of different, I guess, archetypes in a way.
Kind of like we've seen so far in the others, where.
Yeah.
Because we fought a couple of them that looked like one of our buddies, but were
Yep.
armed differently. Okay.
Yep. Like the Terras you met, one was armed, or one was doing more melee, while the other one was shooting at range. The other two by the doors you see had sort of staff weapons. One had like a spear, and one had like a bow staff, I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
And then you fought the Volts. The Volts. One that was digging underground, and one that was running like your Volt, but just different colors.
Are there any other mechs in here?
Nope. The Goliath, the 6 heads that you can't see right now. And then you and Orchid.
Try to use my sensors. Could I use my sensors to try to detect humanoid life?
What level is yours? Is it just level 1?
I guess it wouldn't hurt if I opened my character sheet, would it?
I was like, I've already got it open, but I realized that's the wrong sheet.
Let's see. Combat mastery, massive damage, sensors, 1 level.
1 level. Yeah. The only life form besides you and your friends that you can see is in Goliath.
Oh, so Dahlia's piloting the big guy.
Maybe.
Do any other kind of mechs show up as having life in them?
Nope.
That we have seen up to so far.
Like human life? No.
And this is detecting like it's human life.
A very small blip in a very large mech.
Let's see. Helios is about 15 feet tall or so. How big is Goliath?
Goliath is probably closer between 20 to 25 feet tall.
Okay.
You big boy.
He's a big boy, but he's not Godzilla or a Power Ranger, Megazord or anything.
Local Power Rangers.
He's big, but manageable. For a couple of us, at least.
Just say the word, Mark.
All right, so we can communicate with each other.
Yep.
By our comms.
Mm-hmm.
Do the mechs have the unmodified mechs, if you will? Do they have comms like that, or do they have to be within speaking distance of each other? Because we've heard them actually speaking to each other up to this point.
Yeah. Most of the mechs, unless they are like tied into something, speak face to face or by connection.
I'm super tempted to shoot the Goliath a message over comms.
Hmm.
Do it. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, we're at the point now where something is going to go wrong soon.
Well,
Why
then-
wait for V to hit us?
Right? Just do it.
Just dive through the window ourselves.
Well, my diving through the window is when I get the portal up right there, and then everyone jumps in.
So rather than sending it to the Goliath per se,
Mhm.
I'm kind of aiming it at that life thing, assuming she'd have her own kind of comm link,
Yep.
Hey D, I see you. That's all I see.
Jesus.
Nice.
Savage.
That is 10 out of 10.
She won't necessarily know why we're here.
It's true.
Just gonna see if I can make the little frog jump.
Okay.
Pulls out a rocket launcher.
Just levels.
And over the regular comms, I let the guys know what I've done. So if they see things go sideways,
Right. When you start getting fired at,
they at least know why.
when you start getting fired at, I will open a portal.
Yep.
But, when Goliath squishes me, just remember to put an epitaph on my tombstone.
I got you,
Poor
buddy.
Leonard, he dumb.
The Goliath stops in its path. And it slowly well, it's big and slow anyway, so it slowly turns to face you and Orchid. It doesn't make any motions that it doesn't have any weapons that you can see, at least ranged weapons. But it sort of levels itself, like you can see it sort of shudder as like a wave of electricity runs through it, and it opens up. Its chest just kind of flings open, and you can see Dahlia inside. It's definitely Dahlia. You know Dahlia. You've worked with her, but she has metal pieces that are across her skin. Her arm looks like it's been replaced by a metal piece. There's a large chunk of metal that encases on her shoulder and a couple spots on her face, across her cheeks, on her foreheads. You can see wires running through those pieces and into her skin.
We are Borg.
We are Borg.
Lower your shields and prepare to be assimilated.
I am letting everybody else know about this.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
wondering if they've modified her the way we modified them.
Sword Saint can kind of chip in and be like, we've never tried anything like that before, unless...
Yeah, but you ain't been here in a while.
It's true. It's very true. Dahlia jumps out of the mech and she does the superhero landing, because that's all I can think of it.
Boom.
Hurts. Doesn't look like it hurts her knees. Maybe her legs are metal. Yeah. And she just kind of holds her hands out, and oh, more from home, I guess. You're trying to take me back too.
Hun, I just want to know what the F is going on.
Well, they will rise, and whoever's left at home will fall.
Why?
Now that's where the fun happens. We, as a race, take so much and then expect more in return whenever we're helped. Now, this race, these mechs, these frames, these people, they can extend their life, they can extend our lives, but maybe the ones we choose, the ones that can make a difference.
So the haves and anybody you don't like, just
No, I didn't say that. I don't get the choice. They get the choice, and she turns her body and her arms still open towards the pillars that have nothing on them. They choose the strongest to stay, to help.
I really want to go back and blow that gate up now.
You good over there, Mark?
To the rest of the crew, what are y'all thinking of this?
I assume you're like video recording or something and like patching it.
I've got the
patching us
comms
through.
open, so y'all are hearing.
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
broadcast. Okay.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to play God, whether she says that she's not choosing or not.
I think she's choosing.
I
Well,
also
first
think she's
of all, let's address the elephant in the room. Us
Okay.
taking more research than we possibly need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guilty. Okay, so moving
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a better way to solve that than genocide.
Yeah.
So,
But you
yeah,
don't know
why
until
don't
you try.
we try and figure out, something not mass murdery?
Okay, well, the solution is returning these creatures to their realm and never opening another portal again.
Yep.
That's the solution. Our problem right now is the fact that oh my god, Orchid?
Talia.
Talia. The issue now is that Dahlia doesn't want to go home because she firmly believes that this is the right path.
I'd almost agree if there wasn't all that, extra part.
And what's this nonsense about those who are strong?
Only the strong survive. It's typical macho bullshit.
Oh no, I agree. But I mean,
Well, it's kind of survival of the fittest too. I mean,
Yeah.
cut her some slack. Our planet does have hundreds of millions of years of that being how things work.
We've evolved past that.
no, we haven't.
We're working on it.
We're trying and
God
failing.
damn it, we're trying.
We're trying and failing miserably as she gestures to that room. I don't think there's a peaceful solution here, Mark. But ultimately, it's your call. She was your mentor.
Oh, let's see. If I just snatched her off the ground, quick, cram her into one of the pods.
Oh, I could do that.
Okay, here's the plan. Y'all are looking down on us right from up above.
More or less.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to just grab her and pitch her to you like a football.
Oh,
Because
I
she
don't
had
like
stepped
this.
out of the mech. And then we just stick her in Alkalight's pod. It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
You know, I can think of at least 4 different things that are going to go wrong with that plan, but fuck it, let's do it.
I don't like the whole wires thing. I don't know if she's like gonna corrupt everybody else. I wouldn't trust her in anything.
The pods are detachable
Yeah, but they're so currently
and not
attached.
hardwired into Alkalight at all. They're just something he's carrying, essentially.
But he uses.
So I don't think she can do a whole lot of hacking there.
Gemini Hun.
Yes.
Can we maybe find out if this person is now carrying some kind of viral agent? If we connect any technology to her?
I don't like this at all.
Well, we have to get closer and possibly run some tests, but there are ways.
Okay. We're
I-
either going to yeet her or we're going to kill her.
All right, all in
Somebody
favor of
make a decision.
All in favor of playing Yeet.
We got 1, we got 2.
I rather. we
Raynor, and I
just-
can tell if your hands up or not.
I feel like we should just kill and like I don't like killing, but I think this is the one time where we have to, because if we don't, who's to say she doesn't have those pillars under her grasp?
We haven't really got to the point yet that I'm comfortable with murder.
Axel did ask you to bring his niece back.
It's true.
Did he say how many pieces?
And did he stay alive?
Jesus.
If she's alive, I mean, I would enjoy my niece alive, but
So there's brownie points if we bring her back alive. Okay.
I can live without brownie points.
I do realize there is a C option. Let's see what happens if we blow up the pillars.
Okay.
Mm.
We have come into this other culture, and you want us to blow up their leaders
This is
because one of
literally
our people have gone nuts.
this is literally why humans have failed over the years.
This is so true.
We see something that's different from us, and we just blow them to hell. Let's
Or we
break the
take it.
cycle, or we take it. Break the cycle. Let's take out the one corrupted in the room, and we'll call it.
All right, yeeter. Let's go.
Damn it. Okay. And then I'll
Alkalight's gonna grab one of the pods and pull it off, and
We go
so
for the
it's not
Yeet.
connected.
We're going for the yeet.
We're going.
I'm gonna like try to get the trajectory to open a portal into Acolyte's pod.
All she hears is, try to spiral.
Jesus.
Just tuck and roll, Dahlia. It's fine. Just tuck your legs in. Okay. Oh God. Okay.
All right, so my ACV. All right, now how do you calculate ACV?
ACV is already calculated, so you're at a 5. But
Is that with my combat mastery and melee attacks thing?
I didn't realize you were proficient in yeeting people.
he does have acrobatics. I mean, I'd count that at least, maybe. Sorta.
What page is Yeet Human on?
It's John.
This is the sort of game that it would be if Yeet had really been a term back then.
Honestly.
That's fair.
Probably.
Let me see something really quick.
So, 'cause I'm assuming I will need a roll to actually manage to grab her.
Yes, 2d6. We're gonna use the body stat on this, and
Okay.
I'll take we can take acrobatics.
Oops. I thought it was going to give me something for modifiers. My bad.
A body count.
That's okay. 2d6 We'll take -1.
All right, so -1 means that's a 14.
We won't count that just because this is rolling above 6s.
Yeah, you're supposed to roll 2d6.
Oh.
Yeah, roll 2d6.
I
These
hit the
sheets,
button next to the. Oh, you. That's right. You
Yeah,
said the sheets were a little,
these
little
sheets
messed up.
are a
That's right.
mess.
That's right.
and we didn't switch to the other sheets, so
2d6 minus 1.
Clearly, we should take the time to do that now.
Yes,
Yeah, sure.
on the very last episode.
All right,
Absolutely.
you said -1.
-1.
Okay.
That -1 helped you.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if I, it's equal or lower, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Now. Oh. Okay. Okay. That's you successfully grab Dahlia. Your hands fastballed into a wall. Your Sword Saint's hand sort of. You said he's a 15 tall mech. You said
Mhm.
15 foot. Big hands. Okay. His hands wrap around her waist, and you go to throw her. Unfortunately, I just rolled snake eyes. So even though you have successfully grabbed her, Goliath's hand is now wrapped around Sword Saint's. That has wrapped around his hand around Dahlia. Stopping
So I've
you.
got her, and he's got me.
Yeah, we're in a fun circle. Dahlia laughs a little bit.
I have a second attack.
We're just gonna
Are you
switch
proficient in
hands?
yeet? Are you
I have
proficient?
He's got me like this.
Like this. Whoosh.
It's the
Let's
over the
transfer.
head basketball. It's the behind the head basketball shot. Maybe she gets all the way to the 7th floor. Maybe she hits at the 6th. I don't know.
If you are proficient in yeeting with both arms,
I have extra attack. I'm just saying.
No,
I've
let's
bought
do it.
extra attack.
no, you have extra attack.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
same thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is lesson number 1. Your players are going to do some really dumb shit.
And it
But
might,
it's
it
only
might just
dumb
work.
if it doesn't work.
No, it's still dumb even if it works.
Nonsense. All right, so still
At
the
least it
2d6
makes it
-1.
interesting.
Yes. God damn it.
It might just fucking work.
Hey, if this works, I swear to fuck.
God damn it.
That's
Okay.
a pretty good roll.
Yeah, that is a very good roll, actually. You can see, watch as Dahlia starts to sort of chuckle a little bit, and she's about to say something when your hand lets go of her, and your other hand quickly grabs her, just right over the shoulder, back up
Dimensional portal.
towards the dimensional portal. And
And into Acolyte's thing.
into Acolyte's thing. Okay, you've detached it, right, Acolyte?
Yes.
Perfect.
attached.
She not so gracefully sort of body slams into the
Open pod.
open pod. I'm
Sorry,
guessing we're
zero
doing
G.
straps.
Yep. As soon as she
Perfect.
hits.
Whether she's face down, on her side, on her back, those straps are now tying her down. There's a bit of strain, as you can see, where her metal arm has quickly, where the strength has definitely raised because of it, kind of strains on the straps. But as soon as the pod is switched on, the pods you can set to put them to sleep in a way to kind of
Mhm.
medically perfect.
Medical induced coma kind of thing.
Yeah.
I have to
Um,
reattach it to my back. Because right now I'm like playing. Oh, come here. Thump.
All right. So actually, she is still awake in the pod then.
Yeah, because I have to put it on my back.
And she is screaming bloody murder. But she's
Alright,
in the pod.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
I cannot
Like a
believe that
martini.
worked. Can we put her to
I-
sleep, please?
It says it gets to my turn.
don't really have an initiative count. We kind of did that without.
No, yeah, we kind of did that without having to fight.
Well,
Get the hell out of here.
We still have to get to the end zone with the pod.
Easy enough. I'll tell you what. Hold on, I can fly. Just give me the thing, and I'll, You guys find your own way out. I can fly with this thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, put her to sleep. And then I think we might need to go help
Evacuate.
Sword Saint.
Sword Saint's fine.
Goliath is just slowly ripping off the garment.
Yeah, I don't think Goliath is. I don't think Mark's fine.
Fine. All right.
Well, the trick is Goliath is sitting there with his chest open, so that's going to be a nice, good spot to go for my swords.
Out
Prison
of curiosity, where we are, we're like above the open area, right?
Mm-hmm. All leaning like on a like peepers over a fence.
Can I jump down onto one of the pillars?
Am I a joke to you?
Um.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Fucking you.
You're about 7 stories up.
Okay, sure, but that's not what I asked.
No, the pillars are decent mech sized. There are ones that are taller. There's 6 seats. 2 are higher up, and then like a foot down and another foot down. Pick a number.
How many were there?
Roll 6.
6.
just roll a d6.
We're going for 1. It is the farthest one from you.
Of course it is.
Cause 1, 2, 3, and then you guys. Yeah, you can jump for it.
Aren't you a ranged type?
I am.
But her mech is also light on their feet.
This is true.
And if she rolls terribly, her leg is just gonna fucking break underneath her. What?
True.
At least you got healed.
Yeah. Alright, what do you want me to roll for this? As
Let's
I
see.
am looking through to see if there's anything I can possibly apply. I've got acrobatics.
There you go.
Okay. Acrobatics, yes, we'll work with. That works for me.
Level 1.
Okay, so it'll be a -1. Let's see. Nope, that won't work for that. Nope. You're looking at 2d6 -1, and I'm sorry, we're going with the body stat.
Okay. My body set?
Mm-hmm. No, my body stat. It's a freaking 1. Good luck.
Shit.
I'm
Alright.
kidding.
Okay.
That's impossible, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yikes.
Hits the pillar.
What's your body anyway?
8.
8.
Ooh, so
She had a decent chance. It wasn't a big issue. But
it is still a far jump.
it is still a very far jump.
Would I get the sense that she'd be like biffing this really hard?
You use your portals so much. Let me have this.
Okay, fine.
she wants to do fall damage.
I want to do fall damage. Oh, you won't take that much. Maybe. We'll think about it. You've got a good health pool. You'll be fine.
20 hit points.
20. You aim for the pillar. You jump. You go. It's graceful at first until you start to realize that maybe you're a little short on how you kind of just underestimated the actual distance. So you try to even Revenant notices it. He tries to scramble forward as maybe he'll just land on the side like a cool Spider-Man move. And grab a hold of the top, but instead you sort of slam into it. You actually, because of these pillars are actually made of a sort of stone, you knock a good chunk off
Oh, fuck.
of the chair and the top, and you can see the tech on the inside that does house something. But
Did you just jostle an old god awake?
look what you did. What are you
Sounds
gonna
like
tell this?
Cthulhu.
What are you gonna tell this god to do? Conquer? Sorry.
Taking shots, people that ain't even here to defend themselves.
Jesus.
I mean, yes,
Jack knows I love her. It's fine.
but
Um,
at the same time, sentient god being asking for a direction in life, and the first thing you do is tell it to conquer.
It was a Freudian slip.
that's still
Oh,
one of my
God.
favorite things. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so, no, I'm not telling this god to do anything. Are you fucking kidding me?
This god doesn't even wake up, so
Oh,
you're fine.
thank God, because I am more focused on the fact that Sword Saint still is within the grasp of this Goliath.
We don't know that. He
Um,
might let me go by now.
Probably it's like, oh,
He might let me go to kind of grasp after her, thus leaving the soft, tender underbelly.
Jason's just like, please let that happen.
never
No.
shank.
I only shivved one person last time.
At that, I'm first gonna laugh, and then I'll send everybody else to be where Sword Saint is.
Perfect. Just portaling everybody down.
Yeah, I'll let everyone else go in first, and then I'll jump in at the end to close it off.
What are you doing with Dahlia?
Dahlia's staying behind.
She's just staying on this
Just
like
in a-
upper
in a-
floor.
She's just staying in the thing up there.
She's like smashing her head against the glass.
Why would
tied
you
down.
I
not
was
put her
supposed
to
to put. I was.
sleep?
That was what I was going to do, but then
Okay.
that's what I said. I was
Well,
gonna
Yes,
do
yes.
it.
if you
Oh,
don't
so
go
you're
through the portal,
attaching
though,
her.
you can.
If you were gonna
That's what I
attach
was
her, put her
gonna
to
do.
sleep, then that's fine. I
That's what I was going to do. We
Okay.
weren't leaving her behind in the pod because she could pop out.
I
Yeah,
would
she'd
have.
probably fight her way out, I'll be honest.
How far can grid space teleport?
Quite a ways.
Yeah, we didn't actually
We
put
don't have like a distance per se. It's just how the implication is how big my portal is to determine how many can go in at once. So it's
Yes.
more like a bunch of different people going in, and it takes a little bit longer if I have to get like a whole squad of people in.
Mhm.
But if it's just us,
Um,
then we're probably fine.
if I remember correctly, I put the thing on it that you needed to see where the portal was going to be
Yes.
going.
And I mean, I
Um,
have a pretty good idea.
Yes. And that one person at a time.
Yes, which is fine.
And that we made it to the size of at least the largest mech in the group, which, if I'm correct, is Acolyte, just in sheer size, not in just height.
I'm just bulky.
Yeah.
He's thick.
Because
pod.
pocket dimension the size of a closet does not help in this sense.
Well, I figure closet to a human, then you figure, okay, scale that
Closet
up.
to a mech.
Scale
Yeah.
it to a mech, yeah.
We scaled it to at least this. I think you took multiple levels in it too. So
Yes,
that
I did.
Yeah, so that
Doctor Who in
even.
this bitch.
Oh yeah,
He's doing Houdini.
Houdini.
All right,
Okay.
everyone in, and then I'll go in behind.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. And with that, we're going to do a. Okay, so it does have sound. We're going to do a roll for initiative.
Remind us how to do those.
You
look
can
at the
roll
initiative.
on the sheet. Yeah.
Oh, initiative works. Okay.
I have a pretty good initiative.
I got crap. But then again, I'm not really supposed to do.
Perfect. I lost my paper. There it is.
Whoa.
Beautiful. we are going to just fix something really quick.
Happy kid is happy.
Uh-huh.
At least he's not yelling at my door.
Mm-hmm.
What
I
did your
locked
door
it.
do to him?
I locked it so he can't go into my room because every time he goes in, he goes and messes with my dice. And then how am I gonna roll on Tuesdays?
Right. We have 2 people who rolled 16, so you guys can choose who wants to go first.
So that'd be Revenant and
That would be Revenant and I. Yes.
Yep.
I'll go first because I'm going to just unless Revenant has an objection.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Gives them time to get up from whatever fall they took.
Yep.
Okay, cool. First up, I'm going to get. I assume my portal just about where Sword Saint is.
You're
do
putting
I
it
have-
directly like behind him, beside him.
Probably behind to just so I can like see up close the Goliath like grasping onto his hand and trying to like yank it off.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure
and
he's not yanking it off.
we'll see.
Yet.
And then I will I mean I guess I'll start blasting that arm. His Goliath's arm to like try to get to the get it to shake off. So I have gun combat and then I have my SMGs. How am I rolling?
Perfect. Let me go look at your page. So you have gun combat and your submachine guns. Okay.
Yes,
And as soon as you
Perfect.
start shooting, though, everybody in the building is going to know something's going on.
it's fine.
Just making sure.
Yes,
Mhm.
we'll cut a swath human style. Unfortunately,
All right. So we've got those. We've got those. I just want to see something really quick.
sure.
Okay, that does fix that. That's what I figured. If I remember correctly, you should. Yes. Okay. Hold on. I know you should be doing more than that. So that would be like that. Okay. We are going to do. So that'll be that. Okay. We'll do the 2d6 -1.
Fucking A.
Ha! I mean, you definitely there. I'm not gonna say you miss, but whether you hit and actually do damage is a completely different thing. You kind of spray maybe in the panic of getting everybody there in a good amount of time. Kind of drained some of the energy whenever you went to go take your shots.
Mhm.
Um.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that's gonna be a miss,
Sure,
my
sure, sure.
dear.
Of course.
Goliath's head turns towards you. There's no words from it. It just. Yep.
Congratulations, you got his attention.
That's the point.
Mhm.
And then
Next is Revenant.
Okay, then can I see the open cavity that Dahlia was in?
No, you would need to move.
Okay. Move where?
Well to the other side of where Sword Saint Helios is. So if I draw a picture for you.
No, I can visualize it. Can I do so by going along the pillars?
No.
Okay.
So I'll
No,
pen.
that's fine. No, it's good.
no,
Then,
like if you just like right here, there's 6 pillars that go along in a sort of like crescent shape.
Mhm.
You hit the farthest one that was like right over here, and then there's the other 5. Goliath's like right here, while Sword Saint is like right here. He's like Goliath is hunched, and his left arm is holding on to Sword Saint's arm.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So
I
it's
was
kind of-
going to attempt for the critical, but I like exactly where I'm standing, so we're just going to fire
Okay.
at the back of this thing's head or in this
Should have,
thing's
but-
body. I don't know. I'm doing the thing.
We're taking a shot.
Yep. And can I tell can I tell if it has any other vulnerable spots on it, or is it
Its back is very overshelled. Right now the most sensitive spot would be the open container in the front. Maybe some of the joints on the legs, but with the way it's positioned, it's
okay? Fair enough. Then I am going to. Okay, then yeah, we're just going to attack.
now. If I remember correctly, you have
I have Bow Bunny.
is it just Bow Bunny?
Well, I mean, I've got focus
Archery.
damage. I have archery. And 6
Oh.
levels in the ability to attack.
Jesus.
Roll. We're gonna do 2d6. Focus damage does not partake here. 2d6 minus 2.
Okay. Oops. There we go. Nope, still. For fuck's sake. Helps if I write roll instead of full.
Ooh.
Okay, that'll hit. I mean, I guess if it has to with a freaking 1.
38.
Actually, let me rewrite this. There we go. Okay.
That's it. I'm staying where I am because I am nice and distanced from this thing. And it's very hard to hide from me when I'm standing up on a pillar.
Oh, you didn't land on the pillar. You crashed into it
No, I'm
and then fell to the ground.
okay, so I'm on the ground. Fair enough.
You're not in a pillar. Also, you took 15 damage from that.
That was
I don't care
probably
about your
information
defenses.
You probably should have.
Yep, that's my bad.
Uh,
We got talking about other stuff.
yeah, no.
Next is Ray. Now, I'm not too sure if we have voice on Ray right now.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, no.
Yep. I'm going to go with the javelins.
Okay. Now you are.
Oh.
That's a body check. Sorry, Ray. We've got to do 2d6. Unfortunately, these sheets are weird in for some reason. So we're gonna do 2d6, and if I remember correctly, you've got a couple things that'll take away.
Yeah, I've got -2 for accuracy and -2 for
Yep.
the ability.
So sure, right.
No, I'm sorry. -2, -1.
Yeah. Perfect. Yep, that'll hit. How much? We talked about how much damage your javelins did last time.
It's a rapid fire shot, and making it by more than 5 means 5 shots hit. So 30 times 5.
5 rapid shots. Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep.
Now, I do have a limitation on that. My javelins can be shot down, so it's like a rain of fire. I don't know if he hasn't taken
Okay.
his turn yet. He
Okay.
sacrificed
Well,
his attack. And shoot him
It's a
down.
good thing he has some defenses, because not all that damage will stick. Do that. Remember correctly? Okay, yep. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Next up is Jason.
All right. So he's still got me by the arm,
Mm-hmm.
but he's kind of hunched over.
Yes. He's his shape is like that one picture I had sent before, which I will resend for the sake of sanity. So he's big and hulking. Right, his name is Golem. He has a couple. He doesn't have the vials on his back, but he's big, hunched over. He has a lot of armor that encases his back and some of his chest, except for the spot that is open in his chest cavity right now. And he's got them sort of long, lanky limbs.
So the way he's got me by the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Is that lanky arm fully extended, or is it?
No, he's definitely up close to you.
Okay. In that case, I step up closer to him and try to get him up in that cockpit area.
In that cockpit, you got it. Now you have 2 attacks.
Yep.
Perfect.
So it is the aforementioned, shivving action.
Perfect. So that'll be the 2d6.
I've got 1 combat mastery, and
Pretty sure you're at like a -4.
2
Something
on melee
ridiculous.
attacks on the melee attack skill.
Yep.
Kensai only gives you those special abilities.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And I am unable to charge him at the moment. So.
Nope. 2d6 minus 3.
All right. Only the
Those modifiers coming in clutch.
Yep. All right. So that first one will hit, and if I remember correctly, you hit for 40.
Let me double check.
Because I see on your bottom spot.
Yes, 40. It's 46 if I have the opportunity to charge.
Yep. So that's that. And I know you
Second
have
attack.
extra. Yep.
Ooh, much better. I rolled half what I rolled the first time.
All right. Perfect. So we're doing that other one as well. What?
I'm assuming that would bypass his armor since it's all on the insides.
All right. So that's. Alrighty, our friend is still standing, and it is his turn.
Say bye-bye to that arm.
We're gonna see how yeeting Sword Saint Helios will go.
Oh god.
Oh shit. I was just joking.
I will
least
resist
you got-
with my strength. I is super strong.
No, you do have super strong. Yep. So that'll be against that plus that, which I probably will not make. No, he's to make that. All right, so well, in good news, Sword Saint Helios is not getting yeeted. But he is. Nope, I didn't give him an extra attack actually. It's one of those like really quick like tug of wars. He's like, yeah, back. Just can't move it. Okay. Next was our friend Peter, our
Yep.
friend Acolyte.
Well,
Put her to sleep.
Yep, that's definitely the one thing he's definitely doing.
Okay.
And making sure his shield is now re-extended.
Okay. Shield is up and extended. You don't have any issues putting Dahlia to sleep. Though she does in a quick notion, you notice that she does start quickly like jabbering off some of the language that you have heard from the mechs.
Interesting.
Is that all you would like to do?
Total defense, I guess, and maybe send that message that he just got from her gibbering to the guys. I know it's a lot of actions, but
No, that's fine. You're not attacking, so I'm okay with you doing a little bit of other stuff. I know you're
Mhm.
not going to attack quite often, so.
Yep.
All right. So that's all set up. That's all set up.
Top of the round.
Top of the round. Grid
All right.
space.
Shit. Hey, Gridspace, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Do you have like a rough, Rosetta Stone to what she was saying?
Well, something along the lines of telling Goliath to destroy everyone or wake the heads. Both not good.
No, they're not. Okay, let's deal with this guy then. All right, and then I will. I was like, I picture myself like here by where the arm grab was
Okay.
from Sword Saint, and I'm gonna like go this way and then just fire. I try to fire at like an elbow joint.
Okay. We'll do the same thing from earlier. 2d6 minus 1.
Yeah. Fuck.
Nope.
Nope.
That's good. That'll hit.
Oh, it will. Cool.
Mhm.
All right, 22. 20. What was it?
22.
22 damage. Onto
Don't mind me
the.
as I did do a little bit of things in your page.
Yeah, nice. I noticed. I just. Yeah. I looked at my age and I was like, that's 22. Wait, no, the damage is 22. Cool.
Both. Good groups. Do you have any multiple attack or anything like that?
I do not have multiple attack, I don't believe.
Okay. Me quickly looking over your page to make sure you don't have multi-attack?
I don't think I
Or
do.
multiple arms? Okay, cool.
No, I don't. I'm the scouty boy.
Scouty boy. Alright, Revenant.
Yeah, we're gonna move as far as I can to try and get around so that I can see the inside of this thing.
Okay.
Assuming that I also got the translation from Revenant about what was said.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna fire at him again.
Okay.
This time I might, like, I'm assuming I get to about seeing his side. I know I probably don't get all the way around. Do I see any weak points there?
Just his open chest cavity.
Alright, well, and am I at an angle to fire into it?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's what we're doing. Which activates Deadeye. Because I am taking a very precise shot at something, which would normally be a penalty, but each penalty is reduced by 3 when attacking a vital spot, so it would become a +1, which cancels out with my archery bonus, so I would just be rolling 2d6.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yep, that'll hit.
38 damage. Mostly because I don't know if hitting a vital spot would actually double the damage or not, but I did 38 damage for sure.
From shooting, you realize that this mech has some pretty high defense. And as much as you are doing damage to him, it doesn't seem to be affecting him as much as you guys think it should be.
Oh my god, this is like sparring with Mark.
Mark don't take damage that well. Well, he does have the armor.
Well,
He does not the hit points.
All right, Ray. You are up.
Second verse, same as the first. I'm going to go for that javelin attack.
You got it.
Oh, do want to make sure one thing. Does he seem to have 30 armor? Basically, did these shots just kind of bounce off, or did it do a little, just not as much as I hoped?
So it did a decent chunk of damage whenever it came to your shots, just because you shot off so many. But the damage is significantly less, seeing from where you're hitting.
Basically, you're making that armor toasty.
Toasty, toasty, toasty. He has taken a lot of damage from what you guys can see. There is damage that is going on across him, but it is
he's just
taking
big
a lot
boy.
more time than expected. Big boy with big hearts and a big dream.
Plus, he is a little upset with us doing so much damage.
Yeah. I don't like this.
Man,
Okay,
Okay,
well,
Just wait till you see what I've got planned for monster of the week.
first monster, Cthulhu.
First monster literally destroys the whole town.
But turns out we didn't like that town, so it doesn't matter.
Oh my god, we're literally gonna turn into Sam and Dean.
Yep. I thought that's what Monster of the Week was.
Anyway, focusing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, once again, that was the
Yep,
5.
that's good. Cut. Perfect. We've got that damage down there. All right. Jason.
Woohoo!
You're up. He's
Is he still immune to me?
Yep. You kind of feel like maybe it's just like a locking mechanism that's in his grip, but you can see he, even as a mech, is wavering now.
Okay. Oh, well, nothing to do with what I've been doing. No mercy.
No mercy. All right.
Because mercy
All
will probably get me killed. All right, so there's a 3. So that one's a hit.
Yep.
So that'd be
Perfect.
40 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is a 1. Do they have crits in this game?
Only if you roll snake
He
eyes.
actually has to hit Snake Eyes. Okay.
Yeah, like a natural 20, not just rolling a 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to worry whether it's a crit or not, because he collapses in on himself.
Oh, well, maybe they can use his parts to get his buddy up and running.
Yep. You never know.
Successful shivving is successful.
Successful shivving is success. Yep. The lock on his hand quickly undoes as he lets you go. And then the body just collapses forward.
Catch it and lower it to the ground. It's almost over.
Go to sleep.
You can quickly
Android
see...
heaven is real.
You'll be there.
Do the eyeball thing. Like
Terrible. The electricity that was running through him earlier, you can see as it dissipates off of his body, and also makes you kind of realize, oh, there was actually some sort of energy shield on this guy that they had. Which is why your damage actually wasn't as much as you thought it was. But you have successfully defeated the Goliath.
Yeah, we stroll out like nothing happened.
Mission accomplished. Everyone portal back to the 7th
So-
floor.
We still need to find another pilot, don't we?
I think we got
It's
them
just
all.
the
No,
three.
we got
It was
everybody.
just 3. Okay.
Alright, everyone out
Cocktail,
of here.
Dahlia, and Trident's pilot, which
Has already been
fuck
sent
up, I
back.
guess, because yep,
All right. Well,
Lorcan. There we go.
Yes.
So everybody back to the 7th floor, then we all walk out. But I guess me and Orchid could walk out.
Which you can tell by the Terras. It's surprising, just because they figured Goliath would be ripping Orchid apart. But hey,
So this
maybe
is
they're
just.
giving her a second chance.
Wait, where's
So-
Blythe?
We don't know. Life took off a long time ago.
Yep.
We're gonna go
Hopefully
back
he
and
just
everyone
abandoned
else.
someone home. We'll have to go home and see.
True.
Yeah.
I am going to attempt a long-range communication directly to Blythe.
Mm-hmm.
Let her know that we found Dahlia. We're bringing her in. It's been handled.
And she's
Mission
bat dude crazy.
accomplished. And that, if she could let her know that she's okay, so that they don't have to go back for her.
It's like an iPhone message. It's kind of put on red, and you don't get a response.
Oh my fucking Christ.
How? Why would you? What? No. Okay. I guess you just believed more than I did. Whatever. Okay. Everyone up to the 7th floor. Portal. Open the portal. Send everybody through.
Mhm.
Go in at the end.
And Dahlia is successfully asleep, so you don't have to worry about her screaming murder on the way down.
Yay.
And Sword Saint and Orchid walk right out.
Looking none the worse for wear.
Nope. Supposed to say, even with his grip on you, it doesn't even look like there's been a bend in your armor because his shield's high. Your armor's.
Yep.
Ah, perfect. All right. Orchid leads you guys out. She explains how she's a little surprised that the heads didn't make an appearance. Normally, if anything, they might have.
Think Dahlia did something to him, maybe?
Maybe, but normally one head is always awake just to pass a sort of judgment, but all of them were asleep, so that was a little strange.
Do we know? Do we
need to
know?
investigate this?
Do we know if the heads were actually like awakened or put into stasis?
If anything, we can send some of the other acolytes and some of the other medical teams up, and even if the heads aren't awake or meant to be awake, if they were the ones that did that to her, we can't have them awake right now anyway.
Do you have a system of like overthrowing your corrupt government officials?
We've done it a few times before.
Oh, excellent. Good.
We're very proficient in getting rid of the viruses.
I
Bad
point at Dahlia. We're getting rid of this one for y'all. This one's free.
Free of charge.
On the house.
Well, as
Next
Well-
time you'll have to pay, though. Only the first taste is free.
So we're
Ominous.
Baskin Robbins now?
I was thinking crack dealers, but whatever.
Oh Jesus!
Oh man.
So are we out of the
One is
building?
metaphorically the other.
You are out of the building. Orchid leads you back down to the pathway that will take you guys out and back. At least down to the ground. The rest of the journey would have to be done on your own back to the portal. But she promises that there should not be any more surprise attacks, like from the vaults or anything like that.
Well, we did them a service.
Should be. Some respect the heads, some do not. It just is
I know.
very iffy on some of us.
Yes. Okay. I
Can
agree.
I ask a very non-sequitur question?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
How many mechs are back on Earth? Do we know of?
That you know of, at least 4. You know, technically Carnage is still back there, because his mech was recovered damaged. And then there are a couple others from other just pilots like yourselves. Not many, maybe. I say not many, maybe 12, 13.
It's not-
Everybody was at the beginning of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was gathered together for one meeting,
Yes.
close to the original portal. Is there any reason they would have dispersed the mechs back yet? Since this is the only portal, or would they all be sitting here kind of on guard?
They would all be at the, more than likely, ready to be deployed if the need arises, because there were still things that were consistently coming through every
I say
now
we
and
go
then.
back through and shake a bunch of hands real quick.
Hey.
Speaking of which,
Wake
Alkalite
everybody up,
then
let them all
turns
march
to.
through, shut the gate.
He's going to turn to Alkalite's going to turn towards Grid Space and hold out his hand. All right, deal's a deal.
Okay. it's less this. It's more like Predator.
You think it's
son of a
fine out?
bitch.
Wow.
A connection is made. It's the same as you've seen. It goes offline for a few moments, comes back, and it's a very calm, gentle voice of Acolyte, and agrees to move along the path that everyone has been chosen.
All right, and as we go,
I assume
Peter's going.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Alkalite's going to discuss his plan. Peter's going to discuss his plan to Alkalite of what he wanted to do, as I sent to you in Discord.
Um,
So
It-
he's going to use one of the unused pods.
Easily done. It does, of course, take some time to do to just condense the code, but it can easily be done and put into the pod.
Excellent.
Nani?
Do we even want to know what you're up to?
It might be better if less people know what I'm about to do, in case everything goes wrong.
Oh God, he has a viral agent in there.
Lovely.
Great. All right, on to the portal.
Onto the portal. Like Orchid promised, the travels are fine and fairly easy. You take the same path that you took. Terra, Cordula, and Quentin in Volt meet back up with you. They had split off with information that Blythe had given them after the last encounter. They apologize for not letting you all know, but Blythe has already made her way back to the portal alongside Trident, so that was no problem. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm yawning too.
There's no, like, it's kind of just a quiet walk or run or fly back. The one significant thing you notice is some mechs around the pillars that you had seen beforehand. They seem to be reburying something. But besides that, they pay you no mind. as you continue your journey. Back to the portal.
I guess we did kind of unintern on other bodies.
That's fair.
Okay. Back at the portal. You guys, of course, still can't see through it, but you can still make your way through. Who's going first?
I go first. Of course I go first.
Of course you go first. That's grid space.
It's just me! Cool.
Just me. All of the mechs that are around the portal, there's a couple of them, 2 or 3, some that you recognize, even as mechs you didn't recognize until coming into the void, into this land. There's about 2 or 3 of them that are on guard, but as soon as they see you, they stand down.
Can I shake your head?
How many of them were there total?
About 13. Not all mechs are out and deployed right now, but there's about 2 or 3 out right now, so there's just 10 back at the base. Which are all, if you're aware of where they would more than likely be in their main hangar. So it'd be no issue.
Mission accomplished. We got Acolyte coming in.
Oh. One of the pilots, her name is, I don't know, Beth. She steps to the side and she's like, we had Trident and Lorcan come through earlier. You guys, did you find everyone?
In a way. As Acolyte
Oh.
walks in.
Doll, you're gonna need some work.
Yeah. Probably a court-martial.
Court martial. Dahlia always needed work, but of course she'll.
Don't think that this is the appropriate person to be telling.
I think we know he likes to talk.
So the handful of people that are there's what 3 mechs you said on guard here?
Yes.
Yeah, they all get touched before we leave.
She's like, yeah, we did a good job. We want a firm handshake.
High fives. Go King Pincher.
There's they're all a little kind of shocked and surprised at what's going on until they either realize maybe they should get out before they get injected out.
Inject you.
Grid Space, you're probably our most mobile guy right now.
Yes.
I would suggest you getting to the hangar bay and hitting everybody that's
Just consecutive.
He stops Grid Space before he goes and grabs one of the pods, the empty one, and hands it to Grid Space. Connect this to the main frame. It should do the job.
Oh,
Okay.
groovy.
I don't know. Put a wire through it.
Just like
It should connect to one of the hangar ports. Because,
Okay.
since it will connect to hangar, since the pods were charged to the ports, should be able to,
Everybody at once.
Yes. Should feed through the entire hangar bay.
Ooh. This is useful. Why didn't we think of this earlier? And then
I think he did, and he was working on it.
as we're walking, now Peter hears the whole "I told you so" spiel.
told you they weren't going to do anything bad. They're nice. They're friends. When you put in the pod with our good old Trojan Awakening code, the whole base system goes offline for a moment before coming back on, and just multiple voices come through the intercoms. All the voices in that weird language that we've all kind of heard on multiple occasions from the mechs. You can the mechs you guys are in shift, and you can feel the sort of excitement and the energy rolling through them as they are seeing everyone else being awoken as well.
We did it, buddy.
It takes some time. They all untie themselves, but they're all in the water and ready to go back whenever you guys are done.
Are we fairly certain that this is every mech on the planet?
At least that we know
Alright.
of.
Yep. All the mechs that you can see, or that know of, because you know all the pilots. And even if there were other mechs in the building, pretty sure the code would have reached them.
Excellent. This is. And then after the whole "I told you so" spiel is done, and I hook everything up and it works.
Mhm.
Thanks, Peter. This means a lot. You were the most hesitant, and we still got it done in the end. So I appreciate it.
I kept the deal. If we're
You
going to
did.
free them, and so I was going to keep it.
We kept the deal, and I appreciate that.
How do we close these portals? Does that require a mech, or is there some other device we use?
You guys in the past mechs have been blowing them up with weapons that some of the other mechs had. Any sort of distance ranged weaponry, usually, because the way the portals were made is the base was a metal, and then it would continue up. But once the portals had things start going through them, they locked and stayed open until destroyed.
Gotcha.
So they can destroy it from the other side.
The other side, no. The other side, they see the open portal, but they do not see the device that
structure,
opens
okay.
the portal.
Okay.
All right, so we'll have to
I
figure
mean,
something.
easy enough. We can rig something to destroy it after they're gone, yeah?
Should it be too hard? We got
Yeah.
enough weaponry here.
Well, let's first get the pods and myself off this thing before we blow everything up.
I
'Cause
can
I can't.
do one more portal, I guess.
He'll have Acolyte pull the 2 pods off and put them through the portal so they'll get somewhere safe.
Mhm.
And then I
Yeah.
guess then he'll prepare for ejection then from the Acolyte. But first, what he's going to do is he's going to, have it release, and then when he's getting pulled out by Acolyte, he's going to have a fold-up wheelchair in his lap that he pops open, and then sits in. He's like, okay, let's do this, and wheels himself to the portal.
All right. Yeah, Acolyte helps you out, helps you into the wheelchair, and then passes you through the portal to the ground on the other side before kind of slipping back in itself.
Mhm.
There's this one very soft goodbye before he disappears.
Goodbye, Acolyte.
Hey, are you gonna be okay over there? By yourself?
There are many there are many like me, but none with the name Grid Space Leviathan. I have friends. They're friends.
Yeah, of course they're friends. And if not, you have me. Just on this side.
Like an otherworldly friend.
Yeah. It's not the first time that's happened. Won't be the last time. You did good. You served me. You served all of us well, and you did really good. And I'm very proud of you.
I am proud of you too.
And then I will get myself out. I will very sadly and slowly get myself out.
Grid Space helps you out and helps you down, giving this kind of big, like small little like wave, before putting you on the ground, saying a quick goodbye, and then going through the portal themselves. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Shut the fuck up.
Yazawa is going to ask Revenant for one last favor, which is to take her outside and let her see the sky one last time.
Oh, y'all are getting sappy on me. Shit. Okay. Revenant. Yep. Will to take the steps out to let Yazawa take as much time as she needs. When she says that she is ready, Revenant will help remove her from the cockpit. Are you crying?
No. A little bit.
I don't believe her.
Revenant will help her out of the cockpit, make sure she's in the safest spot possible.
Kortov will take it from here.
Revenant gives a bow, even though he knows that she can't see it.
She
Before
bows back.
saying,
I would whisper in her ear, he's bowing at you.
and then say the soft goodbye before going through the portal himself. Who's next? Let's go sappy shit. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Does Mark want to say goodbye to Sword Saint Helios? Do this big manly fist bump.
The big manly fist bump is exactly what I was saying.
Yes.
But I need him to go last.
Okay. Bryn, I'm not too sure if you're on comms. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm not too sure if I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
There you
I
go.
can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gemini, thank you for being there, and all those times that I've talked to myself about my problems, sitting in here, I don't know if you heard any of them, but for what it's worth, it mattered.
I may not have been able to respond, but I was always listening. We were all always listening. We were just trapped.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad you're free.
Thank you, Bryn.
Take care.
Gemini helps Bryn out of the mech, out of the cockpit, and puts them down on the ground. And again, it's a soft nod. She says goodbye and steps through the portal. Okay, Sword Saint.
All right.
Mark.
While everybody else has been marching through, Sword Saint is kind of sitting there since, one of the higher ranking ones. Has basically been sitting there, like, arms crossed, just out of the water, watching them, walk through. As the last of them go through, opens up, Mark climbs out, got his little drawing tablet. Gets out. Well, buddy, it's been good working with you.
She's like lousy into the ground. No, it takes a moment to before Sword Saint really realizes what to do, and then kind of just bends down as lightly as he can, just tap his fist against yours in a in a good fist bump.
One more thing. Now, I need you to strike this pose.
He does it. Crosses his arms across his chest.
And Mark sketches out a quick sketch of the area, basically this line of mechs walking through the portal while Sword Saint is sitting there like this. And he will turn into a full portrait later.
Oh,
Aw.
Kortov gets a picture.
So yeah, your picture is, Is that seeing him stand up that where Mark's basically just sitting,
Mhm.
cross-legged on the ground,
No, that's the whole
doing
picture.
the rough sketch.
It's the whole picture where you're like sitting there and Sword Saint's like that, and then everyone's walking through the portals.
Once Sword Saint once Mark is done drawing the photo, he kind of wants to take a look at it. He's just like big head just kind of looming over.
You should feel special. I don't usually let people look at unfinished pictures.
I very much appreciate.
Now go over there and take control.
There's like this small, like, quick salute out of habit before makes his way through the portal. Once all the mechs are through the portal, it's not long before everyone figures out the easiest way to destroy this portal, basically to blow it up. There are things set up, small, like, multiple grenades that you guys can find, any sort of thing you can kind of just rig up to explode once everyone is back to the sort of home base behind the protection of the walls. The home base has never been very far from the portal in a way, just 'cause it's easier to get there whenever time comes. But if you were too it's still close enough that probably some of the land and the debris will hit the building.
Yeah.
And Izawa, you don't see it, but you can definitely hear it. It is an explosion in like purples and the dirt and the water just flying up around this portal as it's finally closed. All the mechs returned home. There is nothing there that can come through as you guys have all said goodbye.
I've been recording the whole thing.
You're like, oh yeah, this is nice.
Whoop, that's a rock.
I'm gonna get so many views.
Like on Facebook Live. Top secret government now exploding.
Now exploding. All of you are receive honors in different ways for helping find the people who have been taken through, and the issue with Dahlia
We
quickly.
get to beat Axel's ass though.
That's the question. It's quickly found out that Dahlia already had a prosthetic in place that Axel had built for her from when she was in a fight or she was in an accident that caused her to unfortunately lose a limb. And with the metal implants, the heads noticed and realized, what better to destroy something than from within? And Dahlia was their closest step. Axel was aware of the happenings the first time Dahlia came through whenever she was altered, and realized he did take advantage of it. And if you guys want to beat Axel up, you're more than welcome to beat Axel up, but Axel's also going to jail for a very long time for initiating the portals, for taking without any sort of all he showed was progress. He never showed how he got the progress, which was where his slippery slope ended, unfortunately. You guys are all free to go and live your lives as if you'd want. Everyone was sent home from what they
Back
used
on tour with the band.
back on tour with the band. As well, you were all gifted with someone on the ship who kind of did like little sculptures, was able to make sculptured pieces of all of your mechs for you. So you all got small versions
Oh,
of it.
now I'm crying. I've got my own Gundam, guys.
They're all painted and all very nice. If maybe some small things wouldn't be there, but it's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah.
Before the whole project got finally shut down, you were also gifted with some short videos here and there that were used whenever you guys were training with Mex originally.
Oh,
So your first sort of connection, you guys were allowed to take that footage home. You guys were allowed to take some of the footage of, even if the connection wasn't 100% well bonded yet, it still shows like you guys training and fighting inside of your mechs, as well as training along other people who have never fought, who are learning to fight inside of their mechs as well.
Mine's just a shitty A and B set to animal I have become. I'm that old.
Oh my god, Decca, no.
Wow.
God. But we heard Mark's back on tour with the bands. What are the rest of you guys doing? Yuzawa?
Yuzawa goes back to her life as a social media influencer,
Mm-hmm.
but she definitely turns it more towards educating people when it comes to their political freedoms.
Okay.
Like, don't just, like, laws are good, laws are great, but, you shouldn't be electing people who are corrupt into office over and over again. But in her house, there is a shrine, and the little statue that she had been given, a revenant, sits on the shrine. And she has somebody who comes in to the house and changes the flowers and cares for it, because she can't really do it, so.
Okay. What about our friend Kortev here?
Oh boy. Kurtav goes on a long world tour, like not in a band or anything, just kind of just goes to see the world. He's like, I saw this other world. What does my world have? He starts touring the globe and getting all the sights, and every now and again he'll send a picture to Yuzawa and then forget that she can't really see it.
But she'll always send little messages back saying, X told
It's
me
very
what this
nice.
looked like. Thank you very much. She's always really nice about it, but like,
she keeps enabling him, and it keeps happening.
Yeah, she's okay with that though. It's nice that somebody's still thinking about her. So
I'll send correspondence to the other two, and I might catch a show from Mark every now and again. But I'm just doing a lot of globetrotting.
Does Mark really go on tour? I know you said that briefly. I was just like, goes on tour? Okay. Go on tour with the band?
Yeah, I've got the, it's all part of his background.
It's all part of the background?
Got the music skill, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you do, actually. You are correct. You do have it. Do you play
I was basing him off 80s anime characters. You're going to have a musician.
You know what? When Yuzawa goes back, she also promotes Mark's band and his music. Even though it's not really to her taste.
Despite the fact that Mark will argue politics with her.
Yep. I was like, it's like politics.
Laws are not good.
Catch this guy's band. The Sword Saints.
The Sword Saints. Oh my god. Oh god. Alright. Peter. What do we do?
Well, Peter took the opportunity after, the pods were secured to go back to the base.
Mm-hmm.
And was able to take a copy of the code before it was confiscated. Like he was able to hide it away in his wheelchair. And he goes, back into the medical field, still tinkers and such. But every so often he will, boot up a computer and listen to the awakening code. Realizing that he still has this if ever it's needed. So it's his little thing in case should something happen, he always has it.
If ever the
So-
world comes across these mechs again, we
Mhm,
will not lock them out.
exactly.
All right.
So,
What if the code accidentally awoke the internet? Now we got Skynet running around.
Oh, jeez.
that's why he keeps it on
Stay
a
tuned, folks.
isolated computer.
You thought the Wednesday night showcase was going
Surprise!
Next up, Apocalypse World, Rise of the Machine.
I have a book. Don't tempt. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, that's one of the Apocalypse World scenarios.
Oh, God.
They
Oh,
did
geez.
Zombies, Alien Invasion, Rise of the Machines.
I have Revolt of the Machines.
That was probably the one I'm thinking of.
I'm kidding. And we have Bryn left, right? Do you have comms
yeah.
for us?
I have comes back, thankfully.
Perfect. Just in time.
So, Bryn accepts the rewards and everything,
Mhm.
and goes out with Rose, which I don't remember if you remember off my character sheet. She actually has a personal attaché who's a robot. So Bryn and Rose go into AI design. I'm not saying she's the villain of Arc 2, but there we go.
You're muted.
You're correct. All right. I
Had
forgot
to have it at least once. Yeah.
at least one. It's a staple. Well, with everybody back in their own worlds, with everybody stepping forward in their life, that's it. The end.
But did the hands on the other side roll?
Jesus Christ. Well, thank you so much for running Big Eyes Small Mouth. I know you were nervous because this wasn't something you were super familiar with the rule set for, but I think you did a fucking fantastic
You did
job.
amazing.
No, it was a great story. So
Yeah.
So fun.
I'm so glad that I got to participate in it. And of course, guys, we wouldn't be here without the DMs, but we also wouldn't be here without the players. So, for our crew that's always been here for our Wednesday night showcase through our revolving games, props to you and thank you very much for joining us. So, ladies and gentlemen who are watching out in the internetverse, if you find that you're missing something to watch on Wednesday nights, you can head on over to www.twitch.tv/wearenerdsmith on Wednesday nights for a little bit of 50s, 60s,
50s-ish.
yeah, I think it's 40s, 50ish,
40s, 50s crime
kind of
noir type
Yep.
deal. Captain Zach is writing it over in conjunction with We Are Nerdsmiths. So you should go over, check it out. Enjoy Cap storytelling because you damn well know that we all do. And just so you guys know, for all of you who are watching, Wednesday Night Showcase will be disappearing until the new year. We will be coming back with Monster of the Week, run by V, and we'll be switching to a long-form campaign style as opposed to switching up the game every month and a half. So you'll be able to get invested in the characters, follow the story, and
You'll be able to watch me torture everybody even more.
Yep, and see whether or not I wind up in tears on camera again.
I was gonna say, you say get invested in characters. You say having teared up.
I did, okay?
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, it was-
that
it
is
was-
that
it
is
was
one of
sentimental.
my favorite tropes, is giving somebody who is missing that one thing or can't do that one thing the ability to do it one last time.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
anyway, all of that aside before I start crying on camera again, like I said, Wednesday nights will be done for now. If you're looking for something to watch tomorrow night, my party in Curse of Strahd is about to hit the Amber Temple.
Ooh.
I'm excited. They're excited.
I'm ready to fucking die.
Hopefully you're excited. Everything's gonna
I'm ready
go
to sell my
great.
soul for the shiniest coin in there.
Okay. Uh,
Maddie's like changing her plans now.
She's like, oh,
It's like,
yes!
oh, I don't have a coin, but I have a peanut.
no. I don't have a coin, but I have a gift.
A gift?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You know,
Anyway,
you know my.
You need to tune in tomorrow night to find out more about where that's going, and then we'll be on our weekend break, and we'll be back. No, we won't be back on Monday. Is it Thanksgiving for you guys next week or the week after? It's Thanksgiving for you guys the week after.
24th?
I think.
So we will be back next week with an episode of The Escorts.
Yeah,
Full
you'll be
3
fine.
hours as we find out who among the three of Ezra, Zastari, and Tangaroa wind up winning the tournament and or getting completely and utterly knocked out. Who knows? Maybe it'll be all three on the same person.
It's like some Hunger Games shit where you're like,
If we eat the poison berries together,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
won't have a winner.
Something like that. Anyway, you know for a fact Zastari wouldn't do that. But anyway, and then Tuesday night we'll be back with more Holocaust of the Ekajati, which is with the Esper Genesis system run by our very own Jason. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, be good to one another, and remember, roar for initiative.